Hello, welcome back to the channel. We are back once again here at the City Ground, Nottingham Forest. We're not doing great, if I'm completely honest with you. Since the 7-0 victory over Colchester, we lost against Fulham 5-1, and it was really a bad performance. 5 goals. Palhinha, Vinicius got 2, Pereira and El Neni, someone who we were looking at in the summer, got the goals. Brennan Johnson from the penalty spot for us got 1. After that, we lost 5-3 to Arsenal. Bit better of a performance. Still not good. Jesse Lingard got sent off in this game. Red cards are really killing us a little bit. Lingard, Muriel and Alberto getting the goals for us. But Gabriel Jesus with a hat-trick. Gabriel and Zinchenko getting the goals for Arsenal. We then lost against Wolves 3-1, sorry. And another red card, this time late on for Neco Williams. Gustavo Scarpa getting our goal, equalising João Martinho's penalty. But Fabio Silva and Pedro Neto getting the goals to make it 3-1 to Wolves. We then beat Cambridge by 3-0. Goals for Connor Cody, Morgan Gibbs-White and Tayo Awani, getting us through to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. We then beat Aston Villa by 5-4. Goals scored by Worrell, Dennis, Muriel, Scarpa and Worrell getting one in the 92nd minute to win the game after Nasso Univar had equalised on 90 minutes. So 3 points there. And then last time out we lost 3-1 against Southampton. Goal scored by Jean-Philippe Mateta and 3 goals. Sarui, Perud and Ifran Kavecki getting the goals for Southampton. So we go to today. We've got 4 games in today's episode. We play Everton, Burnley, Spurs will just show the goals of, Chelsea and Spurs, and hopefully we can start picking up some more points because we are in a world of bother now and we need to get some wins to get us back up the table. We currently are 18th. We have 6 points from 7 games, minus 12 goal difference. There's a few teams on 6 points, so a win or two and we could be, up around that upper lower table area. We just need to get the wins and start getting some points on the board. Gray now gets the ball in. Calvert-Lewin heads into the far stick. It looped up, I think, off the defender, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin makes it 1-0. Gray put the ball in. McKenna headed it away. Kraft took it down into the path of Gray. He went into the box, and yeah, the cross took a deflection, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin makes it Everton 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Datro wins that ball there into the box. Can Datro finally get there? And he's tackled, and it's cleared away by Onana, and Gray can give it to Calvert-Lewin. The counter-attack is on here for Everton. Calvert-Lewin infield to Gray. Gray now on the left hand side gives it back to Leto. Onana comes in field with it now. No real pressure on him as he switches that ball out to Kraft. Kraft good past his man to the byline. Emil Kraft pulls it all the way back. Damari Gray and he puts it over the bar. Darkovsky into Gabamin. Iwobi now under a little bit of pressure. Back to Gabamin. Yuri Alberto wins the tackle and Mateta can bring it over halfway. Mateta forced out wide. Can he get the ball into the box? His cross takes the deflection. Onana heads it down to Kraft. And Everton can't bring it away now with McNeil. Down the line for Calvert-Lewin. Bastoni does really well there to win it and gives it in field to Connor Cody. Cody over halfway. There's no real pass on from there. Finds Yuri Alberto quickly into O'Brien. He's going to switch it out towards Velasco, but Kraft will deal with that. It was really a poor ball. And the header has been missed there by McKenna, and Calvert-Lewin into the box towards the ball and pulls it back for the onrushing Onana. It's 2-0. 5 minutes into the second half, and that is a great counter-attacking goal. Poor ball switched out to the left-hand side, and the break was on. Calvert-Lewin in behind. He got to the byline and pulled it back, and Onana rushing in with a great finish from around the penalty spot. It is 2-0. Alberto coming in field, switches out towards Velasco on this left-hand side. Velasco switches it once more to Fofana, in towards Mateta, who hits the outside of the post. Bastoni takes free kick from distance, hits it, and Pickford saves it. And I thought he might have took it across the line out for a corner there, but it was a good save from Pickford, getting across to his left-hand side, hanging onto the ball as well. And now he all look long, and Calvert-Lewin takes it down, goes past McKenna. Calvert-Lewin, 3-0, Route 1 stuff. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been absolutely phenomenal today. 2 goals, 1 assist. Best player on the pitch by an absolute mile, and not good at the moment. Takes down McKenna, gets nowhere near him. Great turn of pace, and then he just has the job of putting it under the goalkeeper for 3-0. 3-0 defeat here. I have to go back to the drawing board, I think, because we're just not scoring goals at the moment, and that's the most disappointing thing, that we're not scoring goals. So I think back to the drawing board, and we need to change some things and hopefully start getting some results. Changes to be made. It is going to be Drommel in goal, Richards, McKenna, Cody and Aurier across the back, Mangala and Frula as the 2 midfielders, Dennis and Fofana as the two wingers, and then Morgan Gibbs-White playing just behind Lewis Muriel. And let's get into this, and hopefully we can pick up some points here, because it's getting worse and worse and worse, and we're on a bad run of form. Gibbs-White puts his ball towards the far post. Cody with header. It's took a deflection, bounces back, and it's found his way in, and I don't think that's going to count. Datro Fofana found the back of the net. They're saying Scott McKenna was offside, but we're going to have to see. The goal is going to be checked. Goal is awarded. It is 1-0 inside 5 minutes. Gibbs-White with the free kick towards the far post. Cody with the header. Muric kept it out, and then it was fired through a crowd of people by Fofana, and no one looked offside there from behind the goal. Really well done. It is 1-0 here at the City Ground, and that is exactly what we needed. This win will take us up to 14th. That's how tight the table is. I mean, if we were to put back-to-back wins together, we could potentially be in the top 10, and I think that is massive. How tight this table is at the moment. Burnley are bottom. We've got games coming up against Spurs, who are also down towards the bottom of the table as well. Obviously, they had the points deduction. I think it was a 5-point deduction, so they would be on 9. So they didn't be on similar points to us as well. So things not looking too bad for us at the moment. Not as bad as you would think when you look at us and see that we're in 18th. But as the time is ticking towards half time, not a lot has happened. Gibbs-White now has the ball, looks in field, that's cut out by Jekyll, and he goes into Weghorst. Weghorst now looks long for Cherlanov. Cherlanov takes it down, goes through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and Dommel makes a good save, made himself big, puts it out for a corner kick on that far side. It's still 1-0. Hopefully we can ride this little bit of momentum that Burnley have got here late in this first half. Header is away, and that should be all she wrote for half time. Nottingham Forest 1, Burnley 0, and hopefully we can continue in the second half. We've created some decent chances on XG, and we just need to take another one, get a 2-goal lead, and hopefully then we can just relax and see this game out. Mangala looks down the line for Richards now. Can he get the ball into the box? Put back into his right foot, back to Mangala again. He goes into the box towards the far post, and Fofana, and Muric tips it over the bar. Muric's kick is poor there. Mangala has it, and he looks out wide for Gustavo Scarpa. Scarpa takes it out infield to Morgan Gibbs-White, who makes it 2-0. That's going to be checked. There may be a hint of offside there. Goal is going to stand just under 5 minutes left to play plus stoppage time. Mangala's ball out to Scarpa. Great chest down, and his ball through for Gibbs-White, and a first time finish past Muric makes it 2-0, and all 3 points stay in Nottingham today, and that is what we needed. We will move up to 14th with this victory. Great performance, and hopefully now we can put some wins together. We get a 2-0 victory over Burnley, and that was a brilliant performance. Really well done from the boys. 2-0. And it is 1-0 here to Spurs just after half time. Evan Ellison with the strike from the edge of the box beats the goalkeeper, and it is 1-0. 2-0 here from the penalty spot. Scarlett sends the keeper the wrong way, and that is our Carabao Cup run over for this season. Spurs 2, Nottingham Forest 0. So 2-0 here in the Carabao Cup. Spurs dominated really. Evan Ellison on 48 and Scarlett on 80 minutes from the penalty spot means that we go at the Carabao Cup at the 4th round stage 2-0. Lukaku dispossesses Bolly there. Lukaku into the box, 1-on-1, and it's a great save by Dommel, and it's cleared away by Cody. No mistake, but Cody smashes it away. That's what we need him to be doing. Just be a centre-back, and we get away with one there. Sergio Aurier goes past his man now, but Cucurella dispossesses him and can find the space for a pass to James. James forward now into Sterling. Sterling infield to Kai Havertz. Really well worked here out from the back from Chelsea. Jorginho into Kante. Back to Fofana, out to James, nice little triangles of passing to break away into the Forest half. Bolly wins header, Mangala, poor touch from him, Havertz swings it back. Gakpo, back to Cucurella now. Pressure is on, and hopefully we can continue this pressure, force them back. Fofana into Jorginho now. Ball over the top towards Sterling. Is he going to get there? He does get there. Pulls it back for Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz makes it 1-0 inside the first 20 minutes. It was really well worked. Some great passing from front to back from Chelsea. That switch ball out to Sterling on the right hand side by Jorginho. Great touch. Got it under control and then laid it back for the onrushing Havertz, who struck it first time inside of the left foot into the corner of the goal. 1-0. Corner kick here. Cucurella in swing and McKenna can get it away. James will get there first though. He's back to goal. He's allowed to turn and he's allowed to run into the box. The cross is deep. Sterling will pick it up with Cody. Nips in. Fires it long. Can Yuri Alberto get there? He can't. Koulibaly dispossesses him and he fires it long now towards Lukaku. Nods it into Gakpo. Gakpo through ball for Sterling. 1-on-1. That's a poor miss. Cucurella with this free kick. Falling. Sterling goes down, and what a silly time to concede a penalty. Chance for Chelsea to go 2 goals to the good now, as it's just going to be checked. It is awarded. Penalty just inside the 50th minute, And it will be Romelu Lukaku. Yes, it will be. Steps up and oh, that looks nice. And that looks nice. It is 2-0. Great penalty. Just dinks it down the middle. It'll look better from behind the goal here. As Drommel goes to his right. Just simple as you like. Chelsea 2, Nottingham Forest 0. Richards through, puts it under the goalkeeper. Omar Richards makes it 2-1. Why are you celebrating? Go get the ball and let's go try and get a winner. An equaliser, sorry. It is 2-1 now to Chelsea. Mateta on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, sorry, puts that ball over the top. Great run from Omar Richards. And it's a good finish under, I believe it's Mendy, in the Chelsea goal. It is 2-1. Gakpo to put this corner in. He does get it in. The header, great save. And it's blocked on the line. And we get away with one there. As now Josh Bowler. Is there a counter-attack on? Ball into the middle. Ah, there was a ball into the middle. And if he would have found it, there was a chance there. As Omar Richards wins that header. Drommel comes and collects it. And midway through this second half, 2-1. We've only had the one shot on target. But one goal deficit, there is a chance, and McKenna fires that ball in towards Emmanuel Dennis. Great first touch into Mateta. Is he onside? Can he pull it back? He does pull it back from Brendan Johnson. He's gone through Mendy's legs. It's 2-2 and 2 goals in 5 minutes. Omar Richards and Brendan Johnson have got us back on level terms. I think we did something similar to Chelsea last season, coming back from behind, and this time from 2 goals down, conceded a penalty just after half time. The ball into Mateta. He did brilliant on his left foot, pulled it back for Brendan Johnson, and it went through Mendy's legs into the corner of the net. 2-2, and it's game on now. Ball over the top now for Lukaku. McKenna nips in and wins that back. Goes back to Drommel as a ambulance or police car goes past on the outside. Kante, that is won by Mangala. Brennan Johnson once again now. Out to Dennis. Looks that ball towards Brennan Johnson straight at Mendy. And that was a great chance there. Really well worked. We've looked a lot better in this second half. That ball switched out to the right hand side. Brennan Johnson has looked really good since coming on. Maybe that's our problem. Maybe dropping Johnson and Owen have not been great. Neco Williams into the box. Neco Williams! 3-2. And we are in this game now. It is Nottingham Forest 3, Chelsea 2. Neco Williams with the third. And from 2 goals down, Brennan Johnson here lays it into Williams. He has space. He plays a 1-2 with Mateta in between the fullback and centre-back. And he just slides it across the goalkeeper into the far corner. Under 10 minutes to play. 3-2, and what a turnaround here. 65 minutes gone, it was 2-0, and at 82 we are 3-2 up. And I mean, I don't want it to be the case, but even if we concede and it would be 3-3 draw, what a turnaround this would have been. That ball over top to Emmanuel Dennis, pulls it back from Mateta, save Brennan Johnson. 4-2, 3 points are going back to Nottingham. What a win, back to back in the league, and this has come from absolutely nowhere. A second half performance. Brennan Johnson off the bench has been absolutely fantastic today. Emmanuel Dennis pulls it back, Mateta with the header, Mendy spills it, and Brennan Johnson gets there first to tap home. It is 4-2. What a performance in this last half an hour or so, and we are going to take the 3 points. We're going to go up to 13th, and what a win this is. And next up we have Spurs, a measure of revenge hopefully for that game in the Carabao Cup, as Bowler now tries to win it. Koulibaly gives it to Hudson-Odoi. Mason Mount looks forward, but Omar Richards cuts it out brilliantly there and into McKenna coming in field to Mangala, back out wide, but James nips in to win that. Really well done there from Reece James as they come forward now on that right hand side. Reece James goes in field to Hudson-Odoi, who has space, pulls it back across. Lukaku has a simple tap in. 4-3, 2 minutes left of stoppage time to play, and please not like this, not after taking a 2-goal lead. Really well worked down that right hand side by Chelsea. Reece James did really well to play it in field to Hudson-Odoi. He had acres of space as he ran into the box, picks his pass brilliantly, and Lukaku makes it 4-3. And there is the final whistle. 3 points heading back to Nottingham. Brennan Johnson played an 8.5, came off the bench. Mateta got a 9.8. Emmanuel Dennis with a 7.1 as well. Some really bad performances in that first half. We made a lot of substitutions, but we have done it in the second half. 4 goals in a 25-minute spell means that we run out 4-3 victors here at Stamford Bridge. And on to the next game, on to Spurs. Hopefully we can get a measure of revenge for that Carabao Cup tie. Let's do this. Højbjerg now will take this free kick inside the first 5 minutes of the game. Ball headed away. Camarasa will bring it away now. Counter-attack is on. Yuri Alberto quickly into Frula. Frula looks over the top. Luis Muriel's going to get there first, and his chip is straight into the hands of Hugo Lloris. Remains 0-0. Great counter-attack there from the boys. Just didn't quite work out. Brennan Johnson, after his performance last time, stays on the bench because I've got a plan in mind and hopefully it can work out. I mean, I don't want to do exactly the same as the Chelsea game because that is too much to handle, but there's a chance that bringing him on in that second half, we can really turn things on their head. Although we're playing well thus far, not a lot has happened, but nearly 40 minutes into the game, we're ahead on shots. Shots on target were just slightly behind. Our XG slightly better as well. And in a pretty dull first half, it is Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Dennis Pratt will take this corner, whips it in. McKenna goes up for it, it's headed away. Evan Ellison will flick it on, but there's no one ahead of him. Richards fires it back in towards the path of Pratt, headed away, and Gonzalez will pick it back up. Nguyen bringing it forward now from that right fullback position. Infield to Basuma. He looks long for Emerson Royale. Emerson Royale, and I'm not sure what that hit there, but we regain possession. Ball looks long. It's poor, and the header is missed there. I don't know who that was. As Camarasa, Kane now, great tackle by Worrell. Pratt trying to get there. Perisic goes back to Romero. Back into Perisic now. Has a bit of space. All this has come from that missed header, and hopefully it doesn't cost us. Ball goes in. Pratt has brought down Højbjerg, and it's another penalty conceded. And it looks like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's going to get given. It is given. Penalty awarded. Chance for Spurs to make it 1-0 just inside the hour mark. I presume it'll be Harry Kane. It is. He steps up, right-footed, puts it in the bottom corner. Spurs 1, Nottingham Forest 0. They don't really deserve it. I don't think either team deserves to be ahead at this point. But silly tackle there from Dennis Pratt, and Forest trail by a goal to 0. Williams was thrown to Johnson, gets it back into Owen. Camarasa gets in towards Dennis. Keeper went down, and just someone maybe swung a leg at that. Maybe there was a chance. Gonzalez now, counter-attack is on. Evan Ellison, great tackle by Scott McKenna, and he goes back to Joe Drummond in the Forest goal. Out wide to Larea on the left-hand side. Into Emmanuel Dennis. Back to McKenna now. Really well done. Hanging on to the ball nicely. That's what we need to do at this point now. It's just hang on to possession. Chances, I would say, will come. We've created some chances today, more than we did in the first hour against Chelsea. That is for sure. As Worrell gets space to run into, gives it to Lorraine, who's coming field, gives it into Emmanuel Dennis, and it's found its way in. I think that took a deflection off the defender. Hugo Lloris looked wrong-footed, and it is 1-1, 69 minutes on the clock. Emmanuel Dennis equalises. Worrell was given the space to run into in the centre circle, gave it to Larea. His ball through for Emmanuel Dennis. Great first touch to himself, and it was a deflection off Eric Dyer, who poked out a leg, and it just wrong-footed Hugo Lloris. It is 1-1, and that is what we needed there. Hopefully we can build on that like we did in the Chelsea game. As McKenna now will take this free kick, looks long over the top. Brennan Johnson's in behind once again. He has been fantastic in the last game, and hopefully he can do the same as well. Emmanuel Dennis goes past his man, and why did he shoot? Pull it back. There was a simple tapping for about 3 players there on the edge of the 6-yard box. As things stand, we currently would be in 12 after this draw if it stays the way it is, as Neco Williams now gives it in to Worrell. Worrell looking to come over halfway, and it shows too much of it there to Barnes. Have they signed Harvey Barnes? Leicester are hemorrhaging players at the minute. As Evan Illinson hits a shot, got distracted there, and Evan Illinson smashes it in. He's got 2 in a couple of games against us now in the Carabao Cup and the league, and that is a poor goal to concede. I thought we were getting on top in the game. Ball out towards Gabriel Barbosa there. He comes in field into Evan Ellison. Touch takes it away from the defender. Great finish. Bit of a poor dive from Drummond, but it is what it is. It's 2-1. There's just over 10 minutes left to play here in the final game of this episode, and hopefully we can provide something. Doesn't look like it. That was a bit poor. Emerson Royale looks forward. Evan Ellison, could he have 2 in a couple of minutes? Outside of the post. Great effort there. Really well done. Route 1 stuff. Fired it long, and he just broke between the 2 centre-backs. There is under 2 minutes to play, and it looks as if it's just going to... Maybe there's a chance. Brennan Johnson, Tayo Awani are the strike force at the moment. Brennan Johnson picks it up now. Looks for Awani. Camarasa into Awani. Tackle goes in. Brennan Johnson! He is on absolute fire in these last 2 games. What a finish. It was like a thunderbolt. Never even saw it as it went past the goalkeeper. Ball went up. He was headed down towards Camarasa. Ball into Johnson. He looked for Tayo Awani. The ball was cut out. Camarasa picked it back up. He gave it to Awani. The tackle went in by Romero. And Johnson just let fly. Didn't even think about it. Just let fly. He flew past Hugo Lloris. It is 2-2. And we're going to pick up a point. Oh, are we? We're going to pick up maybe. Ball in for Emmanuel Dennis. He's in. That's in. That's in. Oh, you are kidding. Sure, that looked like it was in. And there's going to be a last minute corner. Are we going to have time to take it? As Morgan Gibbs-White will whip this in with his right foot, from the right hand side. It'd be an outswinger. We're nearly a minute over the added time. Ball in, headed away, and there is the final whistle. And oh, I thought that was in. I genuinely thought we scored 2 in stoppage time. It's Nottingham Forest 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Brennan Johnson another 8.2. Off the bench, he has been utterly phenomenal in the last 2 games. And we'll have a look at the league table and we'll tell you when we're going to come back for the next episode. League table, we are 12th, 13 points from 11 games. Few teams with games in hand over us. Chelsea, Brentford have played only 8 games. Middlesbrough down at the bottom have played 10. West Ham have played 10 just below us. So, decent position. I said I'd like to be top 12. We're currently 12th at around about the quarter mark of the season. Not bad at all. Couple of good results in today's episode have got us back on track. 3-0 defeat to Everton wasn't a great start. 2-0 win over Burnley. We lost against Spurs in the Carabao Cup, but then a 4-3 victory over Chelsea and a 2-2 draw with Spurs means that we do sit in 12th, and we play bottom of the league Middlesbrough in the next game. Brentford will be a tough game after that, so will Leeds, and we'll play through now, and I think we'll come back for January. There's a 3 games in a week there: Leicester, Everton, Liverpool. I think we'll come back, maybe play that, throw in the highlights of the FA Cup third round tie and maybe the game against Southampton. That came out weird. As the next episode in the month of January. And like I say, trying to get through the season as quick as we possibly can. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. And I'll see you next time as we come back after the Christmas run. And hopefully we're in just as good a position as we sit right now.